at it with this mass surveillance system.
Speaking of the mafia, these flock cameras are pissing me off, man. I don't want to be looked at everywhere I go. Why are Americans okay with this shit? Why are you guys okay with that? How come? She didn't think it was very important. She never talked about it after that, unless it was brought up, and didn't think she won. Well, how come she didn't get locked up? No one ever locked up. They never drained the swamp. Now we got swamp. Never did it. I hate those cameras, man. I hate them. I'm gonna hold on. I want to put a traffic cameras. Traffic cameras. Cool. That's the poll. I want to see how you guys feel about this shit. That's the poll today. One of the polls today. Are traffic cameras okay with everybody? Because I'm not okay with this shit. And I can't fucking believe you're okay with it. What happened, America? What happened? Why are you okay with this? There have been people. We saw a person yesterday who went to she was falsely accused. She wasn't, they got the wrong car because it wasn't a black Durango. It was a maroon Durango. And she spent 13 days in prison without trial. And then she ate maggot infested food in solitary confinement in Florida. And they're like upset that people are asking that question. Remember that? We just found out about that yesterday. And then if you weren't watching yesterday, some lady in Florida, she was driving around perfectly, did nothing wrong, but there was a hit and run accident somewhere nearby, and they said it was a black Durango. So the police checked these cameras and they picked up this lady and they're like, "You're going to jail," and they put her in jail, even though her car was pristine. The cops lied and said, "Oh, there's dents all over this thing. She's definitely guilty," even though there was nothing wrong with the car. They lied. Put her in jail for 13 days, 13 nights, innocent. And now if anybody asks Florida state troopers anything about it, Florida Highway Patrol, FHP, they call it over there, that they yell and scream and they don't like answering questions about why they threw this lady in jail. What if they threw your wife in jail and made her eat maggots for 13 days and you couldn't see her? What if they threw your daughter in jail or your mother in jail or yourself in jail for 13 days and made you eat maggots? Is it worth it? This is crazy. Why the fuck is this okay? It's so distracting right now. Normally I have this window like covered up because I've opened it up because I'm moving and the natural light looks good. But now it's like I see people like walking their dogs and I'm always like, someone walking their dog outside.
That is a flock safety camera. It's an artificial
flock
intelligence automated license plate reader. I've reported on Flock before, and if there's one thing people in the comments can agree on, it's their hatred of this. That's because at least 90,000 Flock cameras across 6,000 communities read over 20 billion plates per month. All that information then gets uploaded into a giant shared database, which can be accessed by law enforcement and government agencies. And no surprise, this raises a slew of issues. Like
any of these agencies can get that. Anybody can get it. But for some reason, every time I see First Amendment auditors out there filming cops, they have a problem with it. But it's okay for the cops to film us for some reason. Why is that? No outside surveillance, please. How come we have any surveillance? Cops lied. Yeah. There's a lawsuit. There's a lawsuit for sure, man. That lady's going to sue the fuck out of FHP. And I tell you what, Florida Highway Patrol, if you have a lawsuit, suing a little police department, you might not make much money. But suing the Florida Highway Patrol, they got a lot of money. And judges like to show, hey, don't ever do this shit again. So they like big fines. She's going to make a lot of money, I think. But still, it wasn't even, FHP lied. So they're going to, but it was these flock cameras that were the problem. They shouldn't be able to track people down like this.
One Ohio man pulled over accused of stolen plates, attacked by police dogs, in jail because Flock read the 7 on his plates as a 2.
Threw him in jail because the 7 was a 2. Wrong. There's a guy out there right now. He's got these lawsuits because he has a license plate that had a 0 and an O. And these flock cameras think that the O is a 0. And he has no criminal record. But every time he goes through a flock camera, it says that he's got a warrant. So he keeps on getting arrested. He gets on getting pulled over. He gets pulled over everywhere he goes. And so he's going to have to buy a new car with a new new license plate because, or I would just get the vanity plates, right? I would just get a vanity plate at that point. But it's because his state has a 0 and an O. And when cops are confused, they just put both in there. They just put both in the database. So the other guy who's the criminal who has a real warrant is driving around, and this guy is getting pulled over for it because of these fucking cameras.
Or the Colorado woman accused of stealing a package and treated as guilty until proven innocent because Flock caught her driving 20 times in 1 month. Then there's the Arkansas couple that had a Flock camera pointed right at their house, putting them and their guests under constant warrantless surveillance.
What? That's the thing. They could just go at your they could just point it at your house. That's great. That's great. They could do it for anybody. You know what? Why not just point it at Zoran Mamdani's house? Just point it right into his house. Why not just point it at Kat Abigazela's house? Just point it right at her house. All they got to do is, hey, it's legal for us to have it there. We don't need to have. We're just point it at your house. It's a traffic camera. Trust us. What is that? Vanity plate 101. I don't even know what that is, but I like it. Those are L's and I's and ones. I like that vanity plate. I used to have a vanity plate that said Skyjack, and I loved it.
And not to perpetuate stereotypes, but multiple cops and police chiefs have accessed Flock hundreds of times to stalk their exes and current partners. But don't worry, you can stalk people.
Of course, cops are using Flock cameras to stalk their exes and partners. Cops, man, you can't trust cops. That's the thing. Even people who are okay with these cameras, you're okay with surveillance, but look who is in charge. It's these fucking cops, these Keystone cops that shoot innocent people in the face, that stalk their exes and stalk their partners. Jeez. You're watching from Florida. Yeah, they're watching me. Thank you, Veg in the Woods. Thank you, Veg in the Woods. Can I get some jubilation for Veg in the Woods, please? Thank you so much. Sky City Rebels get extra stuff, extra footage, extra attention. Your name is green in the chat so I can see you better. And you get an almost daily extra stream. Yeah, pretty rad, huh? Thank you. Thank you so much, Veg in the Woods. You're amazing. How do you feel about it? We went from Ring, scared of stores tracking our grocery shopping, to having listening devices. I mean, Alexas. Yeah, I mean, I kind of hate Alexa. That's true. I'm stupid. I mean, I'm not the one saying that cops should be able to spy on us and their girlfriends and their exes. I'm stupid. Wait a second. You can't even spell your. Thank you. It's been a while since that's happened. I love it when people say you're stupid and they can't spell your. That's my favorite. I'm going to leave that up there for a little while because holy shit, what a moron.
Well, too, because Flock cameras are hackable in under 30 seconds. They can be turned into a personal spy device, run on an Android operating system discontinued in 2021, and didn't even have two-factor authentication until it recently came out that they didn't. YouTuber
Ooh, I need to hack one of these things. I want to hack one.
Ben Jordan even found 51 vulnerabilities with Flock and said accessing them is so easy, 12-year-olds could do it. We don't condone the destruction of Flock cameras, but we're also not surprised the public has reached their boiling point. One Virginia man now faces 19 felonies and 6 misdemeanors for destroying 13 cameras over 6 months.
Wait, how many felonies?
One Virginia man now faces 19 felonies and 6.
Why is it 19 felonies? If he only destroyed 16 felonies, 19 felonies, but only 16 cameras. That's something.
Misdemeanors for destroying 13 cameras over
13 cameras. He got 19 felonies. That sounds like bullshit. But hey, I think he should. We need to destroy all of them. Everyone needs to destroy these things. That's why we have the Second Amendment. Shoot those things.
6 months. In Michigan, police used Flock to catch this guy who caused about 10 grand in damage to cameras. An Oregon vandal
Ooh, 10 grand in damage. I love it. I don't think it's okay that we have these things.
Patriots, depending who you ask, cut down 9 Flock cameras, leaving some with colorfully worded stickers. Nice. Flock cameras in California, Connecticut, and Illinois have also been destroyed. So, did Americans take notes from Britain's Blade Runners?
Blade Runners? But I like it. I don't know what Britain's Blade Runners are, but I like it. I think it's cool. I think it's great. Let's tear them all down.